कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, अरे कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो। साहब मिले सबूरी में, अरे साहब मिले सबूरी में, मन लागो यार फकीरी में, मन लागो।
When we are born, the first thing that we absorb into us is the truth or the desires.
It is not as if desires come to you after you are born. Only desires are born. The thing that you call as just born is nothing but a bundle of desires. Only desires are born. The desire of the father, the desire of the mother, the resultant of those desires is the desire of the whole evolutionary process. In the father is the history of all evolution. In the mother is the history of all evolution. All evolution that is crying for fulfillment. Two unfulfilled beings, a man and a woman, meet each other in hope of fulfillment. Two beggars embrace each other in hope of becoming millionaires. And then from that little mass is born. What do you think that mass is? You may call it a product of love or whatever. But it is arising out of unfulfillment. The man wants to go back to the womb. The woman wants to fill up her internal hollow. And from that little crying thing, wailing and weeping is born. It's already a bundle of desires. It's already a bundle of desires that is born. Only the ego is born, nothing else is born. Giving birth is not such a profound act. Two unfulfilled beings, I repeat, are giving birth to more unfulfillment. What is great about this? What is great about this? Please be very cautious before bringing another body of flesh to this world.
When you give birth to bring up a child, the rapture is infinite. So when you feel complete, so you do not see just a product of unfulfilled desires.
Don't you see that you wouldn't be saying this had you not been carrying the body of a woman? Don't you see that men very rarely make this statement? Don't you see that if some hormones are just withdrawn from your body, you will no longer be making this statement? Don't you see that if the same hormones are injected even more into your body, you will feel even more like becoming a mother? Don't you see it's all so very chemical? Of course it is. Take away the reproductive juices from your body and where will be the desire to procreate?
When you see your child in front of you, that love is there.
It is not love. It is hormones. The proof is, withdraw those hormones and the love is gone. I'll give you another example. Just a few years back, there was this case. The lady gave birth to a child. A child was brought to her. She lived with the child for a year. A year later, it was disclosed to her that her child got swabbed in the hospital with another child. For 1 year, she was in absolute love with this child. The moment it was made known to her that her own biological offspring is somewhere else, she gave up this one and got that one. Where is the love now? Is it love at all? Or is it just an attachment to what has emerged from your body? Is this love? Just as you say, my mobile phone, my house, my salary, you also say my kid. My is important. The kid is not important. My is important. The kid is not important. It took that lady no time to give up the kid because it was proven that it was not her kid and her kid was somewhere else. There is no rapture in giving birth. There is only biological fulfillment. The same kind of biological fulfillment, to put it very crudely, that one gets on itching. If you are experiencing itching, let's say you have eczema, you know what a relief it is to itch. Have you experienced it? It is bliss. It is deep spiritual attainment. That is that rapture of biological this or that. You give birth, you nurse the child. Don't you see all of that is so very physical? In fact, sexual.
Fathers.
Ask the fathers. Ask the fathers.
So we have grown up believing that the mother-child love is the most selfless form of love.
The mother-child love is not love at all.
So if this is what you have to say...
This is not what I have to say. This is what every single wise man has always said. Our trouble is that we have never gone close to the scriptures. All that we know is the pop media. All that we know is television serials. And poor ones at that. The Bhagavad Gita continuously says that you must get rid of mamta. And in your culture, mamta is a virtuous word. You use the word mamta to indicate the relationship between the mother and the child. And Bhagavad Gita continuously says that mamta alone is your enemy. Mamta means a feeling of mind. Mamatto. Mam, mind.
So does true love, in any form, does it really exist? I mean, leaving the mother-child thing, but true love in any form.
It does. But that will become possible to you only if you first stop believing that relationships of the body have anything to do with love. In love, you can have relationship of the body. But a relationship of the body does not have anything to do with love as such. A body is born. A relationship of love has to be brought up. The child is born as a genome, a biology. The child has to be enabled to love. Instead of enabling the child to get rid of his physical conditioning, his biology, we impose upon him another layer of social conditioning. Now, is that love? The child is already born with physical desires. He eats, he sleeps, he wants comfort, food, milk, nourishment. He is already physically conditioned. And the mother makes the child socially conditioned as well by giving him a name, a religion, a belief, education, relationships, name of a father and the rest of it. Now, is that love? Is that love? What would be a truly loving relationship between a mother and a child? You need to figure that out, especially if you are a mother or would be a mother. You really need to take this very, very sincerely. What is it that would constitute a truly loving relationship between a mother and her child?